Welcome back, young kings. I've not forgotten about you. Your boy's back. I've just been heavily involved in my fitness business, but we are here to talk about the importance of retention while on training. So, young kings, maybe wondering, how does retention complement you when you're on your journey to build your body? Guys, first and foremost, the first thing that you can expect when you're on retention and combine that with a rigorous training routine is that you're going to have a dramatic increase in strength. So, essentially, it's not about you making a massive jump from where you are now to being able to lift 50 kg dumbbells to now 70 as a result of being on retention. It's simply just you see an increase in strength in what you're able to do, but you're able to do it a lot more effortlessly. You're able just to push forth, or whether you're doing a squat back up. I'll link a few videos here so you can see what I mean. The push, the point at which you're the weakest, on the concentric part of the motion, you just fly through it. You absolutely fly through it because your ligaments, your tendons, your muscles work a lot more efficiently. There's a sweet science behind all of this, Semen is powerful enough to create a life, So imagine what it's doing to you when you keep it within. It makes you a lot stronger. It makes you a lot more efficient in the gym. It makes everything a lot smoother when it comes to you pushing forth, on those heavy lifts, because this is what I teach. A lot of my clients are skinny men who want to put on muscle mass. You're going to need that extra push, that extra driving force, which you can get from retention. Guys, the second thing I wanted to touch on that you can expect and benefit that you can expect as a result of being on retention and combine that with training is increased endurance. Pretty self-explanatory. More energy, you can go for longer, higher volume, more energy, greater endurance, and able to go for longer. It's just that simple. So let me elaborate a little bit on that. Me personally, I love to do what I call them finishers. I call them finisher sets, where I've done my heavy compound lifts. I then move on to my accessory, the light stuff, for example, like a lateral raise or a front raise for shoulders. I'll do that. Then I'll move on to some machines. I'll do 4 different exercises, 5 sets of 10 to 12 reps, going as heavy as I can. And then after that, I'll go and do a finisher, or you can do a finisher on the machine also. As you progress along with your journey in fitness, you become more and more, you understand your body a lot more. You understand what works for you. You understand what you're able to do a lot more, and you want to push yourself. So essentially, what do I mean by the endurance in this particular example is that when I'm doing my finishers, I'm able to just absolutely decimate the weights. Not meaning that it's super easy, but I'm able to go for a lot longer. For example, when I do arms, I'll link a clip right here. What I'm doing here is I'm tri-setting it. I'm doing dumbbell hammer curls with a particular weight. I then drop the weight down to make it a bit easier, but also push a lot more blood into the muscle, and I'm able to do more reps because it isn't as heavy as the set before. Once I finish that, I then jump onto another exercise, which is more often than not for my triceps, and I absolutely finish my arms. This is that volume that I talk about, that I encourage all the people that want to build size, or who are slim, or just in general who want to put muscle mass on. You need to be doing a lot of volume. But if you've got poor habits, you put rubbish into your body, you don't sleep enough, you've got a poor mental diet consisting of pornography, rubbish TV, your mind is going to be messed up, and as is your body. You got to respect your vessel, you got to respect your mind. So what am I getting at? Linking this back to the endurance part, the endurance benefit. The more energy you have, the harder you can go in the gym. It's just that simple. So if you retain your sexual energy, you're going to have a lot more energy to put into your craft, and especially into training when it gets physical. So bear that in mind. Guys, the third thing I wanted to mention, the third benefit of retention when it comes to training, is that you've got a much sharper focus. You all know how it is, right? When you're on a long streak of retention, you slip, and then everything else also starts to slip. Your nutrition isn't as on point and laser locked focused. Your training also kind of slips because you're feeling sorry for yourself. You might miss a gym session or two. You might start sleeping during the day because you're tired and you're lethargic. All of this is as a result of you releasing your sexual energy. So what am I getting at? When you're on a high streak of retention and you do decide to train, what you're doing is you're essentially laser locking onto this process, because training in the gym isn't just going to the gym and lifting weights, it's everything else that has to complement it. Namely, you have to have good quality sleep, be drinking 2 liters of water a day, you need to be training hard and efficiently, something I call optimal training in my 12-week men's muscle mass mastery program, something that complements your goals and pushes you in incremental steps week by week. You need to, excuse me, making sure that your nutrition is on point, which complements your goals, whether it's to, specifically in my particular case, is to help men put on muscle mass. So take into account your calories, making sure that you're a caloric surplus, making sure that your protein intake is adequate, making sure that your carbs aren't too high, but also not too low, making sure that your fat intake is also adequate, not too high, not too low. So when you have this abundance of energy, but more so the psychological side of things, you're laser locked focused, making sure that every single thing is accounted for. So this is exactly what I've seen when on retention. When I'm on a high streak, wow, I'm relentless. I've always been relentless when it comes to training, but this allows you to open the door to a new level of yourself. My bad. But yeah, guys, it allows you to open up that new, more refined version of yourself, which doesn't make excuses, because there are no excuses. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. You can build the body, you can build the business, you can build whatever you want. It's just about being dedicated, and that's what retention will do for you, specifically when it comes to training. Guys, the last benefit that I wanted to mention when it comes to semen retention and training in the gym is that you become more defined in terms of your muscular definition. Also, you start to fill out a lot more. You see it. I personally see it, because when you do release, you look a bit flat. In my experiences, that's always been the case. But when you're on a long streak, combine retention with an adequate training program, your nutrition's on point, your sleep is on point, everything that I mentioned is on point. Wow, do you see a difference? Physically, I'm talking physically. When you're in the mirror, everything just fills out. And it's an amazing thing to see, because you want to see results. But the beautiful thing about training is that you get exactly what you put in. What you get out is directly proportionate to what you put in. And combine that with having that extra push from retention, where you can physically see, the work that you're putting in. Wow. I mean, it's only up from there. So, guys, I haven't forgot about the retention community. I had to take a bit of a break. Like I said, I was very, very focused on pushing things forward with, making sure I help clients get the results that they want. Getting more clients still is a learning journey for me. So stay tuned for more content. We're really coming back, and we're really going to bring some more value to the people when it comes to retention and when it comes to training. So if you're a young man who wants to put on some size, who wants some guidance when it comes to, increasing his muscle mass, or I'll plug it right here. If you've ever, been in a particular situation where you want to increase, your knowledge when it comes to training, you're slim, you want to take your body to the next level, do reach out to me. I'll leave a link below where you can fill out a small form. I'll get some information about you, and we can potentially jump on a call to see if we're a good fit to work with each other. With that being said, guys, it's your boy Damien, and I'm out. Peace.